What is going on, guys? We are back for another DSP video, and today DSP has admitted the Down from the Rafters WWE Champions account is his. This did not come from a detractor leak or someone hacking into his account. This came directly from the mouth of Darkside Phil. So in 2023, we had on Side Scroller's interview, yes, I still play WWE Champions, but would not provide the name of the account, would not provide any proof that he was not down from the rafters. 2024, gassed up by Kino Casino, DSP admits himself, without anyone forcing him to do it, that the Down from the Rafters account is his. But there's a catch with that. That is right. He said at one point he sold it. Now we'll get into that. The consequences potentially for him admitting for being down from the rafters and how people reacted to it. So first off, it looks like June the King has a huge hit on his hands as the eternal downfall of Darkside Phil has reached 500,000 views after 2 days. And a whole lot of eyes are all on Darkside Phil right now, especially with everything that's in this documentary. And that is right, guys, everyone's reporting it right now. DSP Gaming has admitted to being down for the rafters. Now, one of the things that was exposed in June's documentary is that all those fundraisers, Save the House, Pay the Back Taxes, all that stuff were scams by Darkside Phil. He would take the money and use it on other things. And when June was making this documentary, he would go to Phil if he had any questions or found contradictions. And June showed screenshots in the documentary of Phil admitting that the funds did not go to what it was raised for, such as back taxes and Save the House. So the whole time, when he was saying, guys, I need to save the house, guys, I need to pay my back taxes, guys, I need money to buy these games, I need money for pet supplies, guys, if you don't give me money, I'm pretty F, I'll have to eat lunch meat sandwiches. The whole time, he was taking people's money that they thought was being raised for his house, for his bills, everything like that, and using it on WWE Champions. We have Mirrored Entity, The Honest Man, The Honest King. Philip Burnell admits everything that was known by detractors once again. Wow, shocker. And guess what, idiots? He wants you to believe he sold the account. Remember, he's being truthful and honest now. LOL, trust him, you suckers.
There never was an issue with any of it. Never. And then all of a sudden, somehow, someone had discovered that there was a WWE Champion's name of my name. Guess what it is someone who had played the game, knew how the accounts worked or whatever, and they did money. So he spent thousands of dollars on the game, right? Based on some calculation that they had made. I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what it is, because I don't watch my detractors shit. Okay? And I'm not here to tell you I didn't spend money on the game. I absolutely have spent money on WWE Champions. Okay? A good amount of money on WWE Champions over the years. I'm here to fess on this, right? This is the big moment, correct? What ended up happening was, basically, my detractors, seeing that there was this name that said they got me and that's spent money on the game, went on this insane stalker spree, basically trying to get me like banned from the game. Basically, after all that happened, I was fed up. And I was like, I wonder, is there a way around this? Is there a way that I can change my name in the game? The game doesn't let you change your name. So I did actually, at one point, I reached out to people who ran the game, and I said, is there a way we can change my name so that no one would know that I'm this person? And then they start harassing everyone to say, listen, I want to keep playing your game. I invested time and money into it, but I can't. Everywhere I go, these people are harassing me, doxing everywhere I'm involved with. So, the company, you know, who owns the game, makes the game, said, yeah, we can see if we can change your name over there, okay? So, I can't remember the exact specifics of how it all happened, alright? But to make a long story short, they are so I explained to them the timing of everything. Like, here's how you do it. What I will do is I will quit a faction that I'm in. Alright? You change my name when I'm out of faction. Now there's no way to track me because no one knows where I am. Then I can join the new faction. Save an assist. Okay? Great. They idiotically changed my name before the time they had agreed to. So everyone saw the name change. Because it's kind of what my detractors have always said. Now I'm going to tell you part of the story. Absolutely nobody fucking knows whatsoever. Alright? As of today, I don't have any control or ownership of that account anymore. Alright? I sold it. At the times when I was like desperate for money and shit was going down, I sold the account. Alright? And you might say, well, how is that possible? Right? Well, you may not think it's possible because technically you shouldn't be able to sell an account, but I actually just alluded to this on a stream the other day. I was wondering if anyone was going to pick up on it, but no one seems to have picked up on it. Okay? So, the reason I knew you could sell an account is because when I was really on the original account, before I even changed my name, alright, there was another group in the game, and they were called, like, the Haven, alright? And they were one of the top factions in the game. And one of the leaders of the Haven was retired from the game after, like, 2-3 years of playing. And they announced this publicly, you know, we're retiring or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, basically, he retired. He publicly announces he's retiring, yet his account is still active. It's still being used in events. People are fighting against this account in events. Like, wait, the guy retired. He made a big public thing about it. So how the hell is his account still working? So people knew that basically you could basically have ownership of it. I got nothing to show you to prove that, you know, they'd call me DSP, the names that changed, his last name was down for the rap. I can't show you anything. Okay? You got morons in the chat. Really morons in the chat. George Cooper said, you really think right now I'm going to open up a PayPal account to show you anything? I'm going to open up a PayPal account. You're an idiot. No one would believe it anyway. They just say I photoshopped it, or you know what I mean? I lied about this, I lied about that, right? So, it's too simple, right? You can believe my story or you can not. Alright? Here's what I will tell you. I still have the game. Alright? But I don't have it on that phone. I have it on my current phone. It's my personal account. It's a brand new account. Not brand new because I've been using it for a while. I've had this phone for a while. But you guys didn't know that because I never told you. This is not an iPhone. Alright? I've had this phone for a while. And this is what I do everything on now for the business. And I have some mobile games on here. It's my personal shit. And it's my right to own my own personal shit. And if I want to play games and stuff on it, I fucking can. Alright? That's my right. So, for that, well, I haven't had that account on an iPhone for a while. You know what I'm saying? It sucks because every time people call me out and I'm like, well, maybe I can't prove it. I don't know anything. I have no ownership over it. I have no way to do anything. And just to let you guys know, alright? I have an iPhone from ages and ages ago. Alright? It didn't work. Last night, I plugged it in, I charged it to 100%. I spent an hour trying to get back on the iPad. I got the iPad working. I said, holy shit, even if I use the old-ass information on the back door into the account, then I can bring it up tonight and show you guys and say, here's the account, and it's not right anymore, here it is. Guess what? The iPad is so outdated, it doesn't run WWE. If you download the latest compatible version, and when you go to play it, it's actually...
Well, I find it very funny. Yeah, I'm just saying you have DS. In the background, there's a sign that says game over. And just in case you're thinking it, you never said by name what the account is. Well, there you go.
Ready? Admission number 1. Yes, the Acorn account really does Here's my account. Get over it. Okay? Now, you're stupid. I said, why was he so dumb to name that account then? Because when I opened it to South 17, I
Stokely asked them to change the name, which they did, because he wants to continue to spend money on their game. Of course, just like Phil and OIC, Stokely did not want to lose a whale. He also went on to say that Down from the Raptors was his idea he named it. Now, the domino effect from this could be very interesting. And we have this from Judy. Will not only admitted to lying about WWE champions, but he inadvertently admitted to banking
He over hundreds of dollars that had been made. Were those your transactions? So those were not tied to you. So let's just talk about thinking.
You what?
Sure, the best are not I'm here.
First tribute I did was spending money on the Apple truck.
No, that's not my account at all. Whoever
So-
that is not me. That's Travis. Or someone else's account. I don't know. But that's not my account. That was me. I've had a lot of issues that happen.
So you're saying, just so we're on the same page, you're saying that this account that is not yours, that has thousands of dollars of fees to the Apple Store consistently, that are these amounts just happen to tie to exact amounts in the game that we're talking about, WWE Champions. And it's a game that you also play. Just so we're all on the same page. You're saying that that is not your account at all, and they were unsuccessful in hacking your bank.
It's awfully convenient.
And
Everything that I said on stream was a lie. Every time someone asked about every single fucking time. Because to me, spending this is stupid, this is dumb, you know what I'm saying? And I just lied to it. I tried so hard for so long to lie about it, forget about it. But I forgot, well, that was but it didn't understand.
Then another thing DSP talked about was during his bankruptcy, the judge was flooded emails and calls from the platforms to try to expose him. They had a second meeting, and they went over everything from his bank account, and he was proven innocent. Now, one thing about that is a problem to Phil. Apparently, according to Mesbear, if there's a second meeting, it has to be public record. Otherwise, there is huge consequences. Mesbear wants to say. DSP is lying about a second meeting with the trustee, where he explained everything was fine by lying. His bankruptcy docket only shows the 3.1 meeting at item 16. Second, non-public meeting is not listed, is prohibited, and violates the rights of creditors. And then Pixar, it is directly to their TOS. You are prohibited from using their services for commercial, i.e. streaming. You are prohibited from renting, selling, gifting, or giving away your account or account-related information. You are prohibited from selling or transferring prizes or rewards for services to any other person or entity. So when he says, oh, I sold it to a third party, or I sold it to another person, that is against TOS, so Down from the Raptors potentially could be shut down because they violated its TOS. And then DSP put this out on Twitter. I have confessed everything about WWE Champions, so get the story here. I'm sorry for years of lying and understand if you think less of me. And then Broside Phil adds on to that. No, this apology is hollow without explaining where the vest money, save the house money, and really all your tip money goes. You are horrendous. That's the thing too. It wouldn't matter what he put his money into. He didn't beg his audience to pay his bills, save his house, and guilt trip them into finding more life. And keep this in mind. Sir Yuri, here's most recent WWE Champions related Discord post. DSP is believed at best sold his account sometime in mid-2020. We have a Discord post from They Call Me DSP. You now know 100% this is Darkside Phil. Hey, I appreciate the follow, but likely you don't want me to act out. I'm sure because I'm a streamer, I'm stalking me, and will likely flood the Discord. That's what got me kicked in my last faction, and I know that it is picking me up. Trigger Point adds on to a very, very nice detail. Phil was awarded his Chapter 7 bankruptcy 3 days before the tournament. Opens up bankruptcy and tax audit. Remember, he didn't have anything of value that wasn't business related. And also, he said his bankruptcy call, one of the things he used as tax write-off were microtransactions agreement. I wonder, 5,000 a month expenses. Could there be microtransactions in, I don't know, let's say, WWE Champions? And Trigger Point, gotta hand it to PPP and Indy Worski. They pumped DSP's ego up so much, he has admitted a bankruptcy and tax audit tonight. Then, it opens up the whole can of worms. He's already paid his back taxes to Phil. Now, what if they go back and they audit all those years? He says he had that WWE Champions account. Trigger Point simply put, the IRS is gonna love this. We have Indian on the play. I love that DSP reveals clear down from the rafters. His chat is full of filtered detractors type comments and people who give him money while he pleaded poverty and spent $5K a month on mobile games. We have Brandon Sausage. Damn, when you listen to DSP's admission being down from the rafters, it sounds even worse as when you just read it here. His honest fans have to feel insanely betrayed. Even I somehow feel betrayed. He literally thought he could scam them without notice, almost word for word. Now we have Evil AJ, the creator of the Kingdom Quote, the guy that Phil blames everything for, including his income going down. LOL, so Phil effing lied to his face that the WWF account is not his during the interview. Yeah, this should be a very interesting interview with Craig after all this came out. We got fun facts from DSP. Phil sold his WWE Champions account. The same guy who lies to protect his family sold his account with all his personal information to a stranger because you can't change the email address or info link to the account. And the guy who's too paranoid to sell things on eBay or even drive 45 minutes to Seattle to sell his collectibles that he never had during bankruptcy, by the way, at a pawn shop. Think about that. Just think about that. We got Banana Jones. Strange that the Down from the Raptors account still lines up with DSP's tips and is with his schedule. Then we have 2 quotes here from DSP. I sold that account. And also, I can't prove it now. Holmes Josh. Pretty sure the process of selling accounts through websites online doesn't happen without emails or receipts, Phil. And it's pretty amazing that he'll fess up to being down from the rafters, but he has to lie even when he's telling the truth. And we have Duty. 3 things from Phil's WWE Champions admission. 1. He admitted to lying about everything related to WWE Champions. 2. The lie would extend to the bank leaks. And by the way, too, Jude made one little mistake, is he did the WWE Champions portion, then the vest portion, then the bank leaks. So DSP thought the WWE Champions segment was all done. He didn't even get to the bank leaks yet. And the way June correlates everything together, he's gonna lose his mind. Because he said, still the bank leaks are not his, and they cannot prove it. Wait till he gets to that section about the bank leaks in June's doc. 3. Even if he's telling the truth about selling the account. The bank leaks show he spent at least 50K on Honor. So how did we go from Iron Warrior and Cody not talking with WWE champions to IM/was down from the Raptors in under a month? Is that Kino Casino money, dudes? And we have TJ Gameblock, who's at the center of this whole WWE champion. He is interviewed by Junior Craig. Let me check Twitter before heading at. Oh, okay. Philly's down to the Raptors, but sold the count. True or not, he didn't sell it. 1. Why didn't you show Craig previously? 2. Why lie to your wife about mobile games? 3. Why continue to spend? 4. What's the new account? 5. Why did you spend thousands of clean growth until 2021? All-time tag to play games down from the Raptors selling the game. 6. Why ban all those takers when all they did was touching the video? It makes sense if you don't think about it. Yeah, so what TJ is saying here is that Phil claimed he sold the account, but then started up a brand new account, and then started a brand new account after that for streaming. Why would you sell that after having all that money in it to a stranger, and you're paranoid about all your information getting out there? And then immediately started a new one, put money into that, and then started a new one so you can stream it online to your viewers and put money into that. None of this makes sense at all. You had one chance to come clean, put it all out there, and see if you're doing these things. And then, I'll give you a spoiler right now. No matter what he does, he's always going to have that cool audience that's going to support him no matter what. Those are the things that get it, the super fans. They don't care what he does with his money, doesn't care if he scams people, because it's his money. However, people outside that core audience could dwindle, could be exposed to all these new eyes on him because of June Doc. It'll be quite the domino effect, especially if the IRS gets involved. They start auditing his previous years. And how funny would it be if because he said he sold the account, Silver goes, oh, now we don't have a paycheck bill under that account. They violated TOS, and let's just delete that account. He would be thrilled. We have Meowblock. Imagine accepting money from people like Jade while straight up manipulating and lying to them about needing help financially just so you can feel your mobile game addiction. DSP deserves every bit of negativity that comes his way. And we have that being said, even if you believe the story, which it caused hard trauma to do, Philip admitted to scamming his audience by asking them to hashtag save the house, hashtag smash the taxes, etc. for years. You don't believe his story, which requires a brain. He's still doing this to this very day. Beauty. After his side stories interview, Phil claimed he's going to send Craig a screenshot of his WWE Championship card. But Craig says forget it. What screenshot were you going to send him? A doctored one? Otter? Phil said last night he's not a D-beggar anymore because he's learned over the past few years that's not how to get people to support. 6 weeks ago, he was begging for $30 for a game. As soon as the current streak ends, he'll be back to doing it. Hold his jaw. Everything I said was a lie. Think of it like this. Why would I lie? Two statements made about the same thing. Well, Mr. View. Dude can't even set up a plug-and-play for PC or use an electric screwdriver. I don't think he has the mental ability to sell an account online. That is 100% true. We have Chompies. So I have questions. 1. Why did DSP sell the WWE Champions account only to make another one to start from scratch when the old account got a name change? 2. Why did he casually suggest he's willing to backdoor access the same account that now belongs to someone else? Now that sounds very much like the RTJ situation. With Lucas Lamb. Selling WWE Champions account, that's what we're going with. Instead of just telling the truth and not saying okay. Philip Brunel is now a named liar, scammer, and fraud. Philip Brunel is also a man who told you repeatedly what he tells you is the only truth. Have fun then. People try to tell you. When you see a photo from the city, don't forget, you're here, alright? We have paid army, bro. Tonight, DSP showed as many receipts for his Soviet account live as he did more than a year ago on side scrollers, and he said, "It's not me." Which is exactly zero. JG Win has a very funny thought here. Platinum Timbo ended up going to bankruptcy 3 times. The DSP laughing. When I pointed this out, I caught this very early on. I want to point out, he said he has a new phone with business stuff and some mobile games. As in plural, which means he has multiple different mobile games on that phone. Knowing Phil, he probably paid for them all too. And also, I put this out. I wonder what Jordan thinks about right now. We have Meerkat. We led the Craig for 5 hours. No shame in this. This guy might actually be cake. The download effect from his mission is so good. This is not the only time to almost everyone that was lying through his stroke out mouth. Look at the other teeth. Imagine all the people GSP banned because they said that they generally and was down from the ground. Honestly, it's a dead career. But he said he sold it 5 years ago. But down from the Raptors only trade was in 2022. LOL. And then this is a very interesting point that I said here. Everyone else is saying this as well. Is everyone caught on to this? Remember, he said he sold his account and then started a new personal one. So DSP, if you sold the WWE Champions account, what account are you going to show Fred? Why did you say recently that your personal account of WWE Champions you've been playing for 7 years straight? And also I put this out. Now keep in mind, the only reason he's admitted to being down from the Raptors is because he thinks he's doing a redemption arc, and it's only going up from here. He thinks he has this new audience that will stick with him forever. He's so gassed up by Kino, he believes nothing can stop his momentum. But what happens when Kino arc ends and your core audience is in shambles? The Kino audience will be gone, and you won't be able to ever use the excuses you used in the past ever again because your ego is so sky high right now. And then Meerkat, the biggest mic drop moment for a group of people who always lie. The trolls have consistently told the truth. That's where we're at right now. He's getting ready to do his interview with Craig after all this came out. I had a plan to do all the other topics that happened today, but this is a much bigger story. I'll probably do the other topics such as Ethan Ralph going after DSP in another video. Hope you guys like that. Click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe. Check out my other channels on the details of the end cards. As always, I love each and every one of you. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Peace and love.
And I said, no, you're gonna go ahead, put my hand on that. I said, you wanna fight? No, go for it. You have the right, I guess.
So I'm sure many of you know by now, June the King released a 4-hour documentary, and DSP is going to be reacting nightly to the entire thing. A lot of you have been asking what I'm going to do to cover the documentary or cover DSP covering the documentary. The answer is this: I'm going to do videos where I cut up his reaction and I talk about the points that I want to talk about. So please come along with me and take a look at some of my favorite parts from this incredibly awful react that he insists on doing.
That's not all. There are several search engines designed to search his over 70,000 videos that even have options to show his trend upward usage. And of course, he formed over 280,000 posts and customers.
Start? I had no idea that this was a you can search all of my video content in 16 years and look for the words that I said? Who the hell has had that? Right? Like, we are 1 seconds into the documentary. Now already something's happening I have absolutely no clue about whatsoever. And I'm not documentary. They made a fucking search engine to search every word I've ever said in any video. To what end do that? Anyway.
Big Pig Go was not only new information though, but also that he was made aware of it so early on in this document. Because Big Pig Go is one of my favorite aspects of the DSP vortex. It's so cool to me that somebody went out of their way to create it and allow it to be used as a tool by so many in the community. Its existence at all also points to one of the biggest issues that people have with DSP in the first place, and that's his constant flip-flopping and lies. Big Pig Go and every other search engine involved with DSP was created, I don't want to say out of necessity, but as a necessity, because without it, it would be impossible to keep track of all of the lies DSP tells, big and small. And despite all of the dented things his chat had to say about it, don't look now and then scroll by, there shouldn't be anything inherently wrong with making it easier for people to rummage through a catalog of content as big as DSP, unless of course he has something to hide. Because had it not been called Pig Pig Go, had it been developed by some denthead with the exact same functions as the site now, it wouldn't have been blasted in his chat and scoffed at by the man himself. In fact, it probably would have been met with open arms.
The media's nature and other unfavorable qualities that Phil was showing were more acceptable in these communities than they would be in others. And he didn't have that one thing that made him memorable, his aggression. Quote, every day in my town, these little tiny wimps who call themselves quote-unquote gods and pretend they're quote-unquote tough locals. Well, if I ever get into
Right. This is, it's so dumb. It's 100% easy, as they call it. Back then, my life was pretty boring. Well, I still talk about it. That in school, I was basically the best I could by my parents. So essentially, I was my dream was to go online and to become this crazy E-Dub persona, almost like the heel of wrestling, right? I'm the big man, I'm the tough guy. So I'm gonna go on the forums and I'm gonna go on chat rooms, chat rooms, fight games, and I'm just gonna talk monster shit to everyone as much as I possibly can to piss people off. And it worked. Man, people big into this persona, hook, line, and sinker. I'm curious how far he goes into it, because obviously I'd like to tell you what actually was happening.
and they can kill us on I hope he has pretty good aim, because if they don't hit him, and end it for long.
Because as you know, I love practice. I don't know how old I was. I was like 17 years old. So I was just walking down the street, just shanking people's necks left and right like this. I was so happy. They actually called me the Flash. I was just so scared. I was a complete asshole.
It's cool that you have a sense of humor about it, I guess, but it doesn't seem like you're cringing. It doesn't seem like you regret these dumb mistakes as much as you always pretended. I get it. Everybody posted dumb things when they were kids, no exception to that, of course. But what I'm not going to do is laugh, mock, and revel in the dumb things that I posted back then. DSP was an obnoxious, fake poser. He had no hardships and got online and pretended to be hard. It's no wonder he was bullied and ostracized everywhere that he went. He made himself so unlikable by every rational human. Ostracization was the only option. Flash forward to the day and there is no embarrassment, there is no humility. In fact, he's laughing and reveling in the fact he was so obnoxious. And it's exactly these types of behaviors that make people think that he hasn't changed, that he is in fact the same guy that he was yesterday, despite all of his nonsense claims to the contrary.
I don't recall his perfect, but he wasn't there.
Yale rejected me, or rejected me. Every guy just realized like he said, no, I just did what he said. Because I'm a white man.
Or there's Phil now, third down, who can just
Whoa. He didn't finish the quote. I'm gonna see if he finishes the quote. If he doesn't finish the quote, that's not
lies. Hearing states that it was because he did not issue their first stuff as a reason for not getting them. Then later flips the excuse.
Just off of that premise, this is based off the fact that I look like a rich white person. Okay, now he said, I'm white. I'm dirty. Okay? If I was offered higher tuition, a valedictorian, all the qualifications, my advisor, yeah, I absolutely have a great chance of getting into an Ivy League. My problem was my authority, so I had to apply for financial aid, and the moment I did that, here you go. Just so you guys know, I don't know what to do with this story. There were kids from my high school who were not valedictorian, who weren't getting the same level of classes as me, that got into Ivy League. They were athletes. So I left my ass to try to basically prepare for my future and work my ass off to get a good future. And then I said, sorry, why do you not a deadlock. That's literally what happened. I even said, I went to my advisor after I got turned down, and the advisor told me that. I said, don't feel bad, because this happens all the time. This is not you. You work your ass off. You're a top person at this school. There's nothing you can do about it. Go enjoy life, and don't feel like you failed because you failed. So, there you go.
So it wasn't explicitly his race then. If other people from his school got in because they were athletes, then it wasn't because he wasn't rich and white. Maybe it was because he wasn't rich and athletic. Maybe it's because he didn't check a lot of different boxes that they were looking for. He even said that himself just a second ago. If that's the case though, why did he zero in on not being rich and white? And why on 2 separate occasions did he outright mention race when there were also confirmed to be a myriad of factors at play? I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that race doesn't play a part. It does. That's factually accurate. But why hold in on it twice if you didn't think that that was one of, if not the main reason you didn't buy it? He can think whatever he wants because there's no concrete proof and there never will be. But if he really feels that way, he should just say it with his chest like he did and stand on it. But that's not what he's doing right now. Now he wants to obfuscate and try and blame his wealth for athleticism as well. Even Jay had to call him out on it and say that he put the excuse to include more factors as to not seem as racially charged. It's almost as if between the first time that he brought it up and the second time that he brought it up, he realized that getting online and complaining about being white isn't exactly the best look out for.
As much as Phil noted his ability, when it came to Evo, he told his was an entirely different level than what he's been. Losses here were common. People did not understand his hostility online, so he was physically threatened by opposition.
I was the guy who always did this. I was the guy who always did it. He was like, man, don't you know, this is my face of tournament. I will beat you up. I will throw you in the trash can. I will, I used to do that.
But in person, that was a different story.
I mean, online, he was freaking, run his flag, everything, but you seem like the part that he just sits there, it's not doing nothing.
Why would I? Again, I was in it. When you go to the tournament, you always want to see Phil go up against someone. And not in the spotlight in the tournament. Don't stop fighting. Because you have to understand sometimes the way that fighting in the tournament works back then. Here's literally what it was. You go into an arcade, you go into a ball, it's a bunch of sweaty fucking sleazy ass dudes. Alright, a couple bunch of them. And you're literally just standing around waiting to play your match for hours. It's not fun. If you get a match, you get into it. But what's fun is you see real matchups. Talking to yourself, to have a highlighted tab, focus on, and now you have something to do for your match. Okay, right? See where that goes. Okay, I want to watch it. Let's see Dark Side Kill versus okay. Let's see Dark Side Kill versus Nixa from Florida, which fights the floor with me. That was why people wanted to see that. So let's see the shit talker either actually deliver or get his ass beat. And it adds to the level of some people didn't get it. I thought I was an asshole. I literally never thought this was a problem. I ever did. I bought one. I didn't friend anyone. I didn't want to weapon. People who knew me in real life they didn't know me in real life. Understand it. This is they took it very seriously. And then there was problems. So let's get back to that.
But that behavior clearly wasn't appreciated. How successful and important was DSP in the scene due to these clear antics? Based on the SRK forum post and the subsequent opinions of all of the people in the community, I would say that he wasn't very successful at all. And for someone who claims that they care so much for the scene and that they love Street Fighter so much, I was constantly making a nuisance of himself everywhere that he went. People who really care about the hobbies that they're in don't do that. They don't go out of their way to actively make their own group look more degenerate and worse than they actually are. This is also, yet again, an example of DSP pretending to be somebody that he's just not, for nothing more than to just be graded. Why constantly put on a front and pretend to be something you aren't, just to get mad when people really expected you to be about it like you say that you are? I'm not including it, but that was his main issue with Jaha. He hated that Jaha was really about that action the way that Phil was pretending to be. And it's for that reason alone that he should have never have even pretended. It's insane to me that he can hate on everyone for not respecting him as a heel character while everyone else was just conducting themselves in a fairly normal way and not really interested in all of his nonsense. Maybe you can chalk it up to his age and being immature, but as someone who was a similar age not that long ago, there is no way I can excuse this. He knew better, and anyone saying otherwise is just as dented as him.
Quote, it's obvious that Impact is going to compete heavily with EVO, unquote.
Yeah, right.
On the threads created by Phil to promote Impact that included fundraising, brainstorming ideas, and other items meant to trigger discussion, on average would have at most a single other response.
Right.
That was also the only respondent to the majority of Phil's posts. Even threads discussing how much Phil sucked garnered more attention on his website than Impact. Top haters like
Yes, because again, this wasn't serious. The entire site was a troll attempt, you understand? Like, the whole thing was a big troll op. And the whole idea that I was going to run a tournament to compete with EVO, how? The Cannon brothers have tons of money. They were able, through their programming experience, to fund EVO, to make it happen. I was a kid working at Circuit City with no money. How was I going to start a competition tournament to EVO? It was a joke. The funny part is, what I don't understand, it's wrong. You know, I love it. And EVO, like, they're never really angry that I was out on one tournament. Like, come on, no one does that. No one runs a tournament the same weekend as someone else's tournament. Why would you do that? But they actually got a problem. No, they totally never intended them to do what you're saying. I didn't have gold arcade machines and shit. They never really happened.
So again, here Phil is actively detracting from a community who swears to have loved and put so much time and effort into. So despite being a constant liar, something he's all but admitted to just in these clips, the Cannons gave him the benefit of the doubt and believed he really had intention of running an event at the same time and called it as the faux pas that it was. I don't see anything wrong with that. He wants to hide behind the fact that he was just a kid and didn't have any money and whatnot. But if that's the case, I have to ask again, why is he trying to derail a community that he is taking part in? Why is he trying to irritate other tournament organizers? Not only is that not a good idea due to personal ramifications, but if even one person changed their plans to attend Impact instead of whatever the Cannons tournament is called, he just screwed over someone who not only trusted him, but is an active member of his own community. Nothing about this trolling makes any sense. There isn't a wider plan at play. There is no end goal. He was just being obnoxious and then getting frustrated when no one liked him. There's really nothing more to say about that other than I guess you just get what you deserve out here.
Here, Phil and Bass was no inspiring community.
What's up, double trouble? You tell it's a troll out? You believe this is real? Why would I say that comedy videos are bad? Back then, you got a comedy video. It was like a golden opportunity to learn to catch a fight without being physically at a tournament. Seeing someone do it. There was no YouTube. There was no fucking Twitch. So of course, comedy videos were great. They were a great input. But I would be contrary. And I would literally say, oh, it's terrible. You would be upset. That was the point. I feel. Get it? That's the joke.
Is that a joke? I know comedy is subjective, but he took the time to write and post on his own website, a website nobody went to, by the way, just to talk shit about combo videos. I'm failing to see how this is a joke. The funniest part of the whole ordeal is actually that this would have been a prime opportunity for DSP to actually be consistent on something for once. Because it wasn't that long ago in Street Fighter 6 where he was complaining about having to watch tech videos online to keep up with other players and how the fun was being taken out of the game due to this change. So this would have been the most opportune time to point out, hey, look you guys, even as far back as whenever this garbage was posted, I was pointing out how combo vids were ruining the scene and people had an over-reliance on it. But no, of course not. Just add this to the infinite number of flip-flops DSP has done throughout his life and bring it up as another unfunny trolling attack. I swear, layups get handed to this dude and he just swats them away.
Physical limitation, and in most cases, it led nothing. Other times, bringing someone who could reciprocate threats, reinforced by real experience. This time, a veteran of the fighting game community was lambasted by DSP. So first, Phil was like,
dude, this thing is completely fake. Alright, let's go ahead and see what he has to say, just so everyone knows I am fake.
Okay, well, we have to sign some documents because if I kill you, I don't want to be responsible. And I was right about it. Yeah, no, there was an actual serious negotiation over who the ref was going to be. And I think we settled on Walter from Connecticut, but I don't remember this part either. Then there was an honest-to-God negotiation over Wade, and that we were going to have to weigh in on everything. Again, I'm not making any of this up. As dumb as it sounds, this absolutely happened. So one day, Phil IMs me on AIM and tries to back out. He was like, hey, so how about this? How about we pretend like we're going to fight, and then when a whole crowd is around us, we both do DX crotch chops to the crowd. That'll be such a goof.
Yes.
This really happened, and
because why? Okay, it would be one thing if it was like the first time you heard of DSP and you hear that he talked shit online. Okay, this had been going on for like 6-7 years. Like, people knew of me since 1999. At first, they knew me as the shit talker and all of this. And by the way, chronologically, I don't actually know if this is correct because you're talking. I think this is now we're talking about 2006. So I don't know. I gotta think about it. But anyway, the whole thing. Never did I have a whole job. I mean, his name is John. No one knows that's why I say it like that. But originally, his name was John. I was cool with Jay. Like, there was no deal we were doing. think would happen. There was never, from my perspective, there was never going to be a fight between me and Jay. He's the dumbest thing possible. Like, I'm already in my for 6+ years, right? Now I'm lazy. What is well? Why the fuck can I fight someone now? He was the dumbest thing. I can see Jay at his home. But he stayed there with other players so he could attend EVO-X. Is that all? This is so weird. What is this yard? We were doing it. Never
He said the whole thing was fake, yet you went through all of the nonsense about weights and refs and shit. Descant was a legitimate fighter in some capacity. I believe he had some sort of legitimate training. Why did you waste his time with this guy? He really didn't think that it was all fake, or he wouldn't have disclosed the details in this manner the way that he did. Because just based off of the words being used in the recounting of events, he was obviously irritated by the entire thing. Bill also throws out, well guys, how could we have had beef? I stayed at his house. Maybe Viscount didn't outright hate it, but it seemed as though the community as a whole didn't particularly care for it. Despite that, though, Viscount, out of the kindness of his heart, allowed DSP to stay at his place while he was in his territory. Because that's just what pillars of the community do. Not that DSP would know anything about it. I just find every story involving DSP's FGC days incredibly irritating because he really was the worst member of this group. He offered nothing. He was entitled. He was obnoxious. And he didn't even offer anything in the realm of serious competition. Except, of course, in the Neo Geo conversion of Street Fighter Five. So really, he was nothing more than a blight on the space as a whole. It's a miracle to me that he was even allowed at these tournaments in the first place and not just immediately barred instead. I suppose that's the way that it had to be at the time. There weren't exactly as many people involved in fighting games or the Street Fighter scene in general, so they just had to kind of take people where they could get them. And unfortunately for them, DSP was there.
And, you know what? Such a giving guy. I've got to the point where he made up all the time.
That's not what happened here. You want to know the full story? I'll tell you the full story. I've already told the full story, but I'll tell it again. Okay? At this time, again, 2005, 2007, I was now 12. And it was my dad's night to get listening to it and go on with it. Forum, chat, IRC, MIRC chat, back then. And you don't let the SRK anyone go in different rooms and talk. Okay? And basically, I was always talking to them. So, I just distinctly remember that one day I got up to the DM, okay? And the DMs were like, dude, you are totally in trouble. And I was like, what? He was like, do you have any idea what happened last night? I was like, no. They're like, you can tell you were drunk. And you got into a big argument with Mike Watson in the MIRC chat. Everyone just sat back and popcorn while you guys were going at it. And it was just like personal insult after personal insult after personal insult. All right? And I was like, seriously? Like, I do not remember this whatsoever. This happened. I don't recall. I must have been so drunk. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't do it, but I don't recall this at all. So basically, the word on the street was that Mike Watson wanted to beat my ass, and he actually publicly threatened me a couple times in the chat again. And every time I was like, dude, you're not gonna do anything. You're not gonna fight at Evo. That's gonna ruin everything for everyone. You know that. Because really has no recollection of the talk. So basically, I just like blacked out. I didn't try to talk to the guy.
So despite not remembering what he said and being confronted by others telling him how awful he was actually, his first response was not to apologize or clear the air in any way. No, of course not. His first response is to tell Mike Watson that he wasn't going to do it and that he didn't even remember what he said. I don't think that I have to tell you that telling someone they won't fight you after they've just said that they would is a very quick way to incite a fight. Bill had to know that in some capacity. There's no way he didn't know that would stoke the fire more. And the idea that he was so drunk to the point of blacking out and not remembering, but still capable of typing out coherent insults and communicating via IRC is incredibly hard to believe. I'm sure many of you are familiar with alcohol and know that after the liquor starts hitting, texting and typing becomes a task in and of itself, let alone trying to get out banger insults. So it's really no wonder this whole thing even had to take place. We antagonized a man who just said he was going to fight him multiple times and then claimed not to remember.
I went to EVO-X, and after before the finals, I was walking back to the park with Bizarre, okay? We were together in this game. He was just, remember, I was staying with him. So he was going to drive me back. Now, I don't know if it was set up or not, besides that, but all of a sudden, already, like, in the parking lot, was mind blocking the opposite. Okay. I don't understand why Yamaha is involved. Like, watch, Yamaha was involved. Okay. What I want to get to, you were doing pretty good. Why all this shit online? Why did you do this? I'm not doing, like, literally, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Real stuff. You got on. Well, why did I not know? I said, I did it to him right now. I have a phone. Every night I drink, just go online, I have an ask. So I actually have no clue what you're talking about. Then this is like Java. Go ahead, I put my hands behind my back. I said, you want to fuck me up? Go for it. If I'm doing it, I don't know what I need to do. Right? I really have no idea. So go ahead and try. I'm not going to defend myself. Go ahead and do it. I stood there like this. And basically, two of them were like shocked. They thought I was just trying to fight them or something. Right? And then after that, they were like, well, don't fucking never do that again. Blah, blah, blah. Alright. Whatever. I really have no clue what I've done.
I love that when he recounts this story, he always mimes how he put his hands behind his back. It just makes the whole thing that much more pathetic. As if telling this story wasn't pathetic enough, this is the second or maybe even third time he's told this story, hands behind his back and all. But the way that he casually brushes off their mercy with a, alright, whatever, I don't even know what I did is ridiculous though. The ego on this guy is just insane, and I don't know if that's due to his recent Kino high or genuinely how he recounts this situation, but it's so dismissive for someone who was a few inches from being beaten up in a parking lot. Again, it's stories like this that convince people that he's always been the same person and he will never change.
The real story. But the reason that I was trying to do it, I was scared to see the alpha ball. And I control myself. And that's why I was trying to myself. You know, it's not something that's a serious issue. Oh, ha ha ha. Phil cried. If you know what happened there, if you learn, then shut the fuck up. No one gives you your dumb, uninformed opinions. Ha ha ha. So funny, this is fine. Oh, I'm sure I could find shit about anyone in the FTC and I could laugh at it too. But at this point, this was an interview done with Justin. Again, I was playing FTC. I was actually talking to the girl. No one has turned against me. I'm a popular. Nowhere to talk about. But everyone wants to drop my about liberty, pride. How do you know you were there? There's no deal for the other. No one spoke of it. How the fuck did you possibly know? You don't know shit. If you don't know what you're talking about, keep your mouth shut. Then years later, I'll talk about it during my documentary. My reaction to the reaction. So Justin, guess what? You only see the house. You really did. Now I talk shit about me. Shit like that. I didn't think you were going to attack. This is a pretty fucked up attack. I think you should apologize. I don't know this, but I did.
Why is he laughing? Because it's funny. You portrayed yourself for all those years as this heel character, right? Isn't the reason people like heels in the first place is that it's satisfying when they get their comeuppance? That's what June said in this very guy. So this story is exactly that. How dare you try and call out others for reveling in the exact situation they are supposed to be rooting for? Are they supposed to feel bad for you because you decided to drink yourself stupid every night and make an ass out of yourself? That's a crazy expectation, especially given your behavior thus far in the FTC storyline that June has so thoughtfully provided you. I can't stress this enough. In fact, I would argue it's the biggest takeaway from the first night of reacting that he did. DSP has a habit of making himself intolerable and easily despised just to ask for pity and sympathy down the road whenever it best suits his needs. And I just can't respect anybody like that. You want to be a troll, you want to be a hero, you want to play the villains, then do it and take the repercussions that come with it. If you aren't willing to do that, then just shut the hell up asking for apologies from someone who has gone to be far more important than yourself. That's just clown behavior.
That's what this is like. Regardless of the camera, I've already explained it 7,000 times. Because then I'd have to actually use professional microphone. I'd have to record the voiceovers. I'd have to actually do video editing on every fucking video that I put up. You sit down and put up like 3 a fucking day. Unless you want to stay home and do that and want to work, I don't think that's gonna happen. So shut the fuck up. So basically, the only people who really cared about my quality at this point, 2009, people who were like, well, other people, your contemporaries are doing direct capture. I'm like, my contemporaries don't put out 30 videos a day. They sit there editing. They put out 1 video a day that's like, 10 minutes. I'm putting out 3 hours of video. So would you rather have 3 hours of a hot new game or 1 video of a hot new game that has good visuals and audio? And everyone said, put out more videos. We want to see you get through the games and cover them. And that's what my thing was. I was known as the guy who watched the games, play the right games, read them within a week, and immediately review the games and go to the next game. I was very proficient at horrific content creation. Everyone else was putting out content, right? I was putting out endless amounts of content. I like that. That's how I do that.
That, as would be understood, was DSP's long-winded way of saying it was because he did not want to put forward the effort to burn the technology.
June really hit the nail on the head there, and it's moments like that that redeem this entire documentary. Because despite how nice June is coming across during the whole thing and how many different aspects of DSP's lore he's left out, he very clearly has come to similar conclusions to detractors, at least in some cases. It has always said this though, and I'm just wondering how many people actually buy into it. I personally don't find it believable as someone who was watching gameplay content at this time that there were people just clamoring for worse quality at a higher quantity. I won't say that quality is the most important aspect to most content, but when it comes to gameplay, especially gameplay of a brand new game, you should be trying to display the content as close to the source as possible. I've just never in my life met someone who preferred camcorder footage to direct capture, and I honestly don't think the DSP ever has done that.
I'm gonna say this, for me being completely drunk as shit, I put out a lot of content that actually wasn't so bad. Like, look at this video. It's gameplay, there's commentary. I mean, yeah, I'm drunk as shit, but look, I'm putting it out consistently. That's a camera pointed at a TV, and it's actually framed pretty goddamn good. Like, damn, I got good at this for being drunk and putting out content. I was pretty good, right? And another person tried to make me drunk and do the gameplay, they're falling over and shit.
Does he want a prize for this? Yes, DSP, you got fairly efficient at pushing out slop content while drunk off your ass. Congratulations? This is akin to bragging about being the best drunk driver. Like, that's cool. It definitely could be worse, but I can't believe this is where you have to try and give yourself some big up. I guess that's not really too different from today's, though, as his big push as of late has come from the fact that he isn't literally a felon or some sort of incestuous degenerate and whatnot. Neither of these are the compliments he thinks they are, and they're actually more of a testament to how sad his life really is.
The contradiction, okay? It's hard to have to so in my video, this is right here, okay? This was, I don't want to say this was like 2020. I'm in 2009. 2009. Really young. Okay? In this video, I said, outright, I said, you want to help? I never did this, right? That is dumb. Why are you saying that to the audience, right? Well, guess what? I said that now. And that video came live for 2009. Year, 2010, like a year. Okay? At the end of 2010, that December, that's when you said you detected invalidly active on videos and suspended my action. So what I'm going to say in this video is what got me demonetized. Because that's not what got me demonetized on YouTube. What got me demonetized is I lost my job. I took a step back and did that. Despite me never asking me to do that, they did anyway. They felt bad because it was overabundance of that. That that's not what happened. You're not getting that much engagement with ads on YouTube. That's, where you going? California a month. They're making $18,000 a month for a little rinky-dink channel with vlogs. Of course they're not. They turned it off. But it ain't I did. It was not. No, this video was my ad. Here, before you turned off my ad, and no action was taken. There's actual increase in that. I don't know if I lost my job. related, but this is always the narrative of my detractors, is that they want to say it's all my fault. Listen, it was wrong for me to say that back then, but that is not please go to my partner channel. There it is. And that video, that was my real face reveal video. That was like in 2009. If it was really 2010, I apologize. But I think that was really 2009. That video was my first video here before I was done.
He doesn't seem to understand that both things can actually be true at the same time. Sure, maybe they didn't see a massive uptick in click activity till that December, or whenever he lost his job and YouTube had to pay him $18,000 in the span of 1 month. But maybe the idea was given in this video. Maybe they had the idea to click on the ads when you lost your job, specifically because during the face reveal you said that that would help. This is personally the theory that I actually believe, because before hearing DSP say that clicking on the ads actually had an impact, I didn't know that that was the case, and I would imagine that most people have never uploaded a YouTube video and also didn't know that. He just seems so desperate to try and grasp at any straws possible to debunk the trolls that he isn't really thinking things all of the way through. And isn't it ironic that I'm the guy? I'm just kidding. But actually, isn't it ironic that in DSP's face reveal video, he couldn't help but mention how to help him receive more money in a scammy and underhanded way? It's almost like his face and asking for money in a roundabout way would be intrinsically linked for the rest of time. It's almost prophetic. With that, I think it's going to be the end of the video. So thank you everybody for watching, especially if you made it this far. Hopefully I'll catch you in the next. Be safe.
For me being completely drunk as shit, put a lot of content that actually doesn't say that.
Amazing good Anthony Team Night classes. Amazing starts at CSL Plasma. Donate plasma today and receive up to $700 your first month. You can help create medicines that save lives while making a difference in your own. CSL Plasma. Do be amazing.
How dare you! Silva, nice. Where you going? Over here. Yes, this was not as long as time for you to pay up big. I held the money to the big fan. I didn't leave. I'm the man crazy. Now. I didn't make it down. I held the money. I'm ready to pay up big. Now. What is it doing? Where you going? Over here. Go pay up. Move it, you fool. What would you do? Hey, either that or I shut my talk and I get
Now, as one would expect after the last Cyrax video I made, his life was taking drastic turns. It's no longer about music, art, fun and games. There's now assassination attempts being taken upon old Cyrax. And he's not happy with this. And he's gonna put a stop to it right now. The way he's gonna put a stop to it is to continue to join the trolls' live streams and yell at them and act like he's making a point. And that's exactly what he did this week. Cyrax got into some shit yet again with Music Biz Martin. It's just so funny. Last week, Cyrax was going to war with another one of his arch enemies, William Glory. But personally, I don't think anyone can get Cyrax just as wound up as Martin can. And that's exactly the story we're going to watch this week. We're going to watch Cyrax go at Martin, claiming he's the shooter or that he sent the shooter to his house. And then this all boils down into another situation. Because Martin's main goal in all of this is to get Cyrax back on his side. Not to do music, not to do art, to do comedy. Because, as many of you may not know, Cyrax is actually a comedian too, and had his own specials a few years ago called Skull Scratch or Comedy. And, this is just premier shit, It's basically like Richard Pryor and George Carlin had a baby, but Pryor smoked too much crack in the 9 months leading up to Cyrax's birth, and now pop Cyrax. He's that good of a comedian. And Marty noticed this, and Marty's been trying to get him back on that stage, and Cyrax isn't having it. And by the end of the story, we'll find out if Cyrax does jump back on that stage or not. But for right now, we need to take it back and watch some rage from last week where Cyrax encountered Marty and just like usual, thought he was giving Marty the works, telling him what's what. When in all actuality, everyone in the chat was sitting there laughing their ass off at the spectacle Cyrax
I found some win for
I can hear you. I'm playing right now. I'm already fucking shit, bro. I'm one of the little I know what the fuck. You're trying to have me locked. You can't have me, motherfucker. You're mad. By the way, that bullet wasn't an ice ball. That was a bullet. You said you fucking hit somebody. Shut your mouth. Back. Oh, by the way, jerk off, bitch face.
There's so much going on here. It's so hard to keep track of one thing, but just to give you all perspective, Cyrax thinks that Marty wants him to get sent away to a mental institution or something or go to jail. He thinks Marty wants him off the internet. He thinks the reason that is because Marty has a crush on him. And he feels that if Marty can't have him, then no one can have him. So that's what Marty's been telling him, just to fuck around with him. And you know Cyrax, he believes that shit. He thinks it's 100% true. Marty then goes on to try to explain to Cyrax that it isn't ice bullet Cyrax. That's why you can't find it. And Cyrax is adamant. No, it was a real bullet that went through his window, even though he hasn't seen it yet. And then finally we end off with Cyrax really staking his claim, kind of asserting his dominance by trying to show off his bird on Marty's stream in order to get him banned. And you know, he did exactly what he said in the beginning of the video, but sadly this bird showing was all for naught because he didn't really get it banned. But he'll get it in future appearances. So for all those out there who are really anxious to see some Cyrax bird, it's coming. Not in this video, though. Shit, I'm taking offline real quick. That's what it is.
Where's the bullet? You trying to have me killed. You trying to have me killed, Marty. Where's the bullet? You trying to have me, motherfucker. You trying to have me killed. Why? Why are you trying to have me fucking killed? Why? You fucking did. Shut up. You trying to have me killed because you can't have me. You hired me for a little fucking thing. I tried to put a bullet in my head. I know where you're going, Marty. I know exactly where you're going. You want to try to have me locked away in an insane asylum all because you can't fucking have me. You're the reason why the cops won't do anything. You're the fucking reason why no one will fucking do anything, bro.
Cyrax then goes on to kind of support everything I just said by saying, you know, you want me and you can't have me, so you want me to be in an insane asylum. And he repeats the same things over and over and over again. You know, he kind of beats the point home. At the very end there, he claims that Marty's the reason the cops won't do anything. It's the reason that no one will help him, when it's like, no. The reason why no other like outside people other than the cops outside the house will help you is because the word has spread that you tried to talk to a 14-year-old. And then when it comes to the cops, you bother the shit out of them. Cyrax calls the cops for any little minute thing. If a troll's messing with him too much, he's calling the cops, you know? And they don't like this. They don't like having their time wasted by guys like Cyrax who are just complaining about people on the internet. So I wouldn't blame it on Marty as much as I'd say it's just another fault of chances for getting the cops completely, like, on the other side of him. Because there's body cam footage with the cops out there where they're like, have you ever seen this guy's YouTube channel? It's friggin' hilarious when they're in the car talking to each other. The cops don't really fuck with Cyrax, and once again, he's just gonna blame that on everyone else other than himself.
Fuck you, boy. Fuck you, you piece of white trash Jew. Let me tell you right now, motherfucker. You make Adolf Hitler look
Look
like
at Mother Teresa.
You make Adolf Hitler look like a saint compared to your ass.
Look,
You
Mother Teresa.
damn near got me killed. All
Wow.
for what? Click this thing. That's fun. Grow up, Marty.
Let's
This
take a
ain't no
look.
ha-ha game.
Can you show me? Can
Shut
you
up,
show me the window
badass.
sill?
Shut up.
Can you show me the window
Shut
sill?
up.
Okay, fine.
You tried to have me killed. You tried to have me killed and you know it.
Let's take a look at the
Stop
window sill.
fucking lying.
Let's take a
Stop
look at that window
fucking
sill.
lying. Stop lying, bitch boy.
What really
Stop
happened?
lying. Stop
You wanna know what
lying,
really happened?
bitch man. Stop lying, white trash. Stop lying. Stop lying, you fat fucking little bitch. You tried to have me killed.
Now, I don't even know if Marty ever said that he was the one who had anything to do with this. Knowing Marty, he probably did just to fuck with Cyrax, and Cyrax is taking it this far. But you can see here that Cyrax is he is convinced that Marty is the one who sent his hired goons over to try to take Cyrax out. And he's gonna, like I say, he's gonna run with this shit. He's gonna sit in his attic looking red as a tomato, screaming, jumping up and down, and acting like this is gonna do something to yell at the guy who just sent the hit after him. You know, Cyrax's perspective on this is a little bit skewed, you know, because he thinks instead of, you know, trying to hide out, trying to protect himself and his family, stay off the internet for a while, no, I need to get back on YouTube and make fun of how these shooters have such terrible aim. That'll get them.
You tried to have me killed. I know what you're doing. Because you can't have me, you want me either dead or locked away. And your little fucking screenshots, the screenshots your girlfriend sent me says it all.
Oh yeah.
You flat out said, if you can't have me, I can die in a ditch somewhere. Pretty odd, Marty. Pretty fucking odd, bro.
I didn't say fine with that.
Shut your mouth.
See, Cyrax texts Marty's girlfriend, Saren, and, I guess he spills a lot out to her, tries to expose Marty to her. If he was any more intelligent, he'd realize, maybe I shouldn't be texting, the girlfriend of the guy who's always trying to make my life a living hell, because maybe she's not on my side as fully as I think, but he'll never realize that.
All you do is lie out of your goddamn mouth, bro. I did almost get killed. Over 200 people saw the bullet go through my fucking window.
Let's see the entry point.
If I was laying there, I wouldn't be here right now. If I was there, I'd be dead. Do you not get that? Shut up!
Can we see the entry point?
Shut up!
What if it was just
Shut
a rat?
up!
What if it was just a rat?
Shut up, Nicholas! This ain't... No. This
What's
ain't
more
right.
like...
Shut up, bitch fuck! Shut up, fucking white trash!
Cyrax, what's more likely, a rat triggering a trap? I'm triggering up his penis again. Alright, no more of that. No more muting, no more penis. Then there's gonna be more muting. Alright?
Stop being a little bitch, you fucking... You're mad, Marty. You're mad when you can't handle me. Fuck you, boy. Fuck you, white trash. You're a bitch. You won't shoot. Look like that.
It just shows the type of person that Cyrax is. Whenever he's pressed, whenever he's in a corner, whenever he has nothing to say to somebody, he just wants to yell, shut up, shut up, shut up. His only other course of action is to whip out his cock and/or, as we saw today, just scream any type of racial or slur. He'll go from race to religion, even if they don't reply to Marty. As long as it's a slur, it's gonna hit home in Cyrax's mind. He just, there was a little moment right there where he called out Marty and was he was trying to do the thing where I don't know if it's Marty's real name or not, I don't want to dox it, but he says it. This isn't Cyrax talking to Music Biz Marty. This is Chance Wilkins talking to him what he thinks Marty's real name is. But he goes about saying that, if he's about to, you can sense it. He's like, this is shut up, bitch, fuck. He just started thinking of like more curses and all, the more angry he gets. He couldn't even get out his lines. That's how you know something's dead. It's nothing but obscenity after obscenity after obscenity. And this is kind of his regular like speaking pattern anyway. Man, the curses are flying today more than I've ever seen.
Right now, Marty. I would not be here.
Well, let's take a look with the bullet on the board.
Hey, everybody, Marty's a terrorist. And that video, you want to put the name that's like together? That's pretty funny.
Guys, I got a question for you. If what I want is full scratch is going to be that bad, why don't you just do it? Is it worth living? Is it worth dying over?
As I brought up in the beginning, Marty's not going to use this to try to get Cyrax to do some comedy against everybody, because Marty really wants Skull Scratcher comedy, and he's going to go through any means he has to get that Skull Scratcher. And Cyrax here, you know, he's more than convinced that everyone's seen the proof of this, that everyone's seen the proof of the shooting. He's convinced that Marty's a terrorist now, and that video Cyrax shows the proof. Whereas it's just the video we've all seen of the bed, kind of like the blankets on the bed moving up. It's clear that it's just a mousetrap, but in Cyrax's mind, that's enough proof to convince everybody that he doesn't have to
See where this is going? You're so good. I'm not saying I have anything to do with the next 3 to 4 weeks, so give you what I'll do. You're going to take it to find out. Sounds like you got a 3rd round coming up. Alright. Can I show up this time? I'll take that.
So as you can hear there, once again, Cyrax challenges Marty to show up to his house. Absolutely not intending to go outside or anything if Marty does show up. He's threatened over the computer, but we all know what would happen if Marty actually showed up again. Who knows, we could be seeing a 3rd Marty shows up at Cyrax's house off screen pretty soon. But at the end of the day here, he's just doing what he always does and talking out of his ass when he's angry and trying to sound like a big tough guy. But at this point, when this is being recorded, I'm pretty sure Cyrax is already all over the bullet stuff and everything. He said, I'm pretty sure he was live like a couple hours ago talking about his newest feature. So Cyrax is, you know, all this raging and all this is just, Cyrax just forgets about how much rage when you come to see him ass too.
There's a rat. There's a rat. Let me show you. Let me show you a rat. Is this how you plan on doing it?
Yeah, this is the guy who's always complaining that everyone is after his family. Why do you come after my family? Going after another person's family. And, you know, I've heard Marty say it in streams before, because Cyrax has tried many attempts to try to contact Marty's parents to let him know what their son is doing with all this trolling online and all this. I assume that's in retaliation that the troll's getting in touch with Sally, Cyrax's grandmom, and telling them all about the bullshit that Cyrax has been up to. But at the same time, Marty said before that, you know, my mom just laughs at you, Cyrax, like you're just a joke.